After going through a major change in our lives, we often feel a lack of motivation or lose all sense of purpose. In this video, I will explain to you why this happened with basing the concepts of Carl Jung. Hey there, my little witch, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel, Tarot, Signs, and Magic. Well, Carl Jung shared with us 7 concepts to guide us as we go farther down the road of self-development. I will call them the 7 secrets of the universe. The first secret of the universe is what Carl Jung called awakening as a profound psychic transition. Here he says that awakening is the beginning of a psychological death. In this process, the identity that a person has constructed for themselves, their carefully crafted life plans, and even their closest relationships can disintegrate. The ego, which once guided life, finds itself without a clear roadmap, which inevitably leads to a profound state of lack of drive and purpose. The second secret of the universe is what Carl Jung called a sacred interval, not a retreat. Here he says that the feeling of lack of will should not be interpreted as a sign of depression or an indication of personal failure. Instead, it is described as a limbo or a sacred pause. This void is fundamental and absolutely necessary for the individual to truly become who he or she truly is. The third secret of the universe is what Carl Jung called the metamorphosis of the source of motivation. Previously, the driving force for action and engagement came predominantly from the ego, or persona, driven by the need to prove one's worth and gain social acceptance. Awakening, by unveiling this external mask, causes the old goals and aspirations to completely lose their meaning and relevance. The fourth secret of the universe is what Carl Jung called the journey of individuation and the discovery of the authentic self. For Jung, the true purpose of existence is not to serve the demands of the ego, but rather to integrate it into something much greater than itself. This process, called individuation, reaches its peak when you understand who your true self is. The fifth secret of the universe is what Carl Jung called the enantiodromia phase, the turning point. After awakening, we enter a phase of stillness and dissolution. That is, the demotivation you are feeling now. Jung called it enantiodromia, where everything seems to reverse and become the opposite of what it was. It is a true rite of passage, a period of symbolic death before rebirth, in which the ego may panic, but the deeper self is actually building something of greater solidity and meaning. The sixth secret of the universe is what Carl Jung called the emergence of a new driving force. When we stop resisting the existential void, a new form of motivation arises within us. This is no longer based on anxiety or the search for external approval, but rather on a movement of the soul, a quiet and intrinsic will that Jung identified as the emergence of who you really are. The seventh and last secret of the universe is the symbolic life, alignment with inner purpose. This means that you, me, and everything must live from the authentic self. It means genuinely knowing what resonates and makes sense to us, actively participating in life rather than trying to rigidly control it. This is an ambition that transforms into a sincere devotion to truth and personal growth, driven by the soul rather than by external performance. In short, the loss of the sparkle and enthusiasm that characterized life before awakening is actually the prelude to the discovery of a deeper, more lasting, and more genuine inner flame, grounded in integrity rather than mere display or performance.